Okay, this is approaching the highest point in Lackawanna County. And wow, look to your north, Mark.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what mountain that is, but I don't think that's still Lackawanna County. Look at that thing. That's.
I wonder if that's elk.
That could be Elk Mountain, Susquehanna County. Something tells me we'll be visiting that mountain someday here. But for today, we just banged out Pike County. And now we're up here on Archibald Mountain and trying to figure out the highest point. As where the pin is on the map, we're kind of there already. But it's one kind of big high point here. So now it's a little bit more of a challenge of finding a good tree because a lot of these trees are kind of scrubby. Really, really cool scrub habitat though. Sylva has not flushed any grouse, but this would be a primo spot, I would think, for some grouse. So we'll check back in when we find a tree worthy of climbing. Okay, we're about 100 yards from the high point, and just wanted to show you that there was a prescribed burn done in here. You can see the char. So we're on game lands, and I would say the game lands did a prescribed burn in here. It's interesting how they did it though. So we have like a long strip of prescribed burn, no burning here, and no burning on that side. All right, we got to pick a tree. There's nothing real tall up here, but all right, on top of Archibald Mountain, and believe it or not, the biggest tree we can find is this little red maple. So I'm just going to free climb it here, and my goal is to at least get above all the scrub and get some kind of a view. Let's see how we do here.
Do you need a foot boost?
I don't think, but thank you. Let me just look I'm looking for dead limbs.
You got the hardest done with. Switch to the other side.
Keep Sylva out from under me. I'm afraid my saw is going to fall and it's very sharp.
It's right here.
Something's wrong with it. It's like hanging out.
If you didn't have all that gear, it'd be easier, huh?
I don't know.
Not as safe, but easier. Above it there?
Oh, I sure am.
Oh, good.
I got my wish.
Yeah, good. So,
Wow. Unexpected, because like on the hike in, our best view was behind me.
exactly.
So I'll try to, when we hike out, I'll film some of it. But just over the hill here, we could see clear down into the Lackawanna, well, the Wyoming Valley, where the Lackawanna River flows. And we could actually see where it joins the Susquehanna. And here we are, what, just like 200 yards this way.
Yeah.
And we're looking.
I thought the Susquehanna was that way.
I'll show you when I come down.
What's that?
Let me get this first. So we're looking east
Let me,
and south. Yeah, we're looking south and east here as I look that way. Some real beautiful big mountains off in the distance there that I'm not 100% sure of what I'm looking at. As far away as that is, that could be New Jersey or New York. Wow. Mark, if we would have stayed on this clearing, the clearing behind you, it turns and it goes over there.
Okay, the way you're looking, that's looking right down into Carbondale.
Okay.
And if you go left a little bit, that would be Dunmore.
Dunmore, Carbondale.
Yep.
Yep, that feels right. So,
and then the other way, I don't see any towns the other way.
beautiful.
Well,
All right, not the tallest climb I've done, but Mark, do you recall what the elevation is?
I can check it here.
All right.
Hang on, just a minute. Let me get it.
So, highest point in Lackawanna County. We're on game lands. Had a nice hike in with my friend Mark and his dog Sylva. This is climb number 35 for me. We did Pike County earlier today, that way-ish.
Show an elevation of 2350.
We're at 2350 right now. That's a good ways up. I believe it's called Archibald Mountain that we're on. And I'd love to know what those mountains are way off in the distance. I can't quite place it. I'll have to go home and look at my geography, but they are substantial, big, beautiful mountains. And a shout out to my friend Tom Flannery, who lives just down over the hill in the valley. Great Pennsylvania songwriter and writer. And he and I wrote Churches and Bars together and a bunch of other songs. Dedicate this climb to him up here in Lackawanna County. Pennsylvania's lucky to have Tom. All right, well, not the tallest climb of the day, but then again, we don't know. I'm leaving here and I'm going to do Wayne County. Maybe that is taller, or not as tall. But anyway, let's get down and get Mark to his daughter Sadie's birthday. Okay, so Mark and I just came from the high point over here, and if we turn due north, now you're looking down in the Wyoming Valley. And I couldn't see the Wyoming Valley from my climb, but here on the hike out we can see it. So that smoke you see in the distance, that steam, is actually from the Berwick nuclear power plant where my father-in-law worked, Ernie Botto. And the Wyoming Valley there was the northern anthracite coal field. And I can't tell which gap, either that gap or that gap, is where the Susquehanna River comes in from the north to the Wyoming Valley, which means coming in from the north and east over this way is where the Lackawanna River comes in, and the two of them meet right kind of down in there. So Mark and I saw these on the way in. Most of these evergreens you're seeing here, these conifers, are black spruce. And black spruce is native to these ridge tops in northern Pennsylvania, but it's unclear if that's what we're looking at or if this is the result of some effort of Game Commission habitat planting, because we have seen a couple like non-native Scots pines mixed in and some red pine. And again, red pine is native, but I think that's a red pine right behind us. They're native, but they are indicative of reforestation efforts by the Game Commission historically. So hard to know for sure. But I'll tell you, at 2,300 feet, this is very possible that these are native stands of black spruce. Black spruce are holdouts from the receding glaciers. So when the glaciers receded approximately 12,000 years ago, the very first forest to move into Pennsylvania is more along the lines of what you see in northern Canada today. Black spruce, balsam fir, birch start moving in. And as the climate continued to warm, those species kind of died out in most of Pennsylvania, but these cold, rocky ridge tops still kind of mimic the habitat where they can live. And so I saw it on top of the mountain in Carbon County, and we're seeing it here today in Lackawanna.